Solo TV 84. I'm your gracious host, Solomon Jones. Not a few, but a couple years ago, I thought I had a friend, right? We would go out to eat to, bars and restaurants, have drinks, talk about life, women, work, things like that. And he was like a graphics designer, and, he did like advertising for companies that wanted to advertise, right? And so at that time, my channel was taken off, and I wanted him to do some work for me in regards to a logo and thumbnail and banner, things like that. And, he said, okay, whatever. Now, I was willing to pay him because my philosophy or my train of thought is, hey, I know you. I know what you're doing. I'd rather pay you, even if I have to pay a bit more, than pay a stranger because I know you. Why not let work together, right? But the guy wasn't serious, and every time I would try to talk to him about it, he would hum and ha and basically give me the runaround. And I remember one night we were outside in Uptown, right across from Chino Latinos, right? And I was telling him, hey man, this channel is about to take off. I'm doing really good work here, and I want you to come with me on this ride, man, and see how far we can take it. I was being earnest with him. And, he was looking at me, blah, blah, blah. But at that point, when that conversation happened, I realized my friend, or a person who I perceived to be my friend, didn't share in my vision, dream, and goal. And the reality is you're going to have people around you that you think are friends that aren't really your friends. They're just there to hang out with you because they want to feel good. You see, a lot of people will be around you because they want to use you for your energy, validation, and attention, right? Because people may feel crappy about their own life. And you know what they say, misery loves company, right? And so when I realized that this guy wasn't a friend, I decided, you know what? I had to put him to the wayside, and I had to get on my grind. And guess what? I found another gentleman to do the logo for me. Now, at that time, he was a small YouTuber, and, he was just grinding, and we did some work together. And now he has over 100,000 subscribers. His name is Sketch and Sound. Salute to him. And you see, guys, what is the point of this story? Why am I saying this? You see, the reality is this. My friend could have had an opportunity to work with me and maybe promote his products on another platform as YouTube and maybe garnered more business. But this so-called friend didn't want that. He thought it was a joke, even though I was willing to pay him. Now, another gentleman, Sketch and Sound, saw this opportunity to do the work. And even though the price may have not been what he wanted, guess what? Now he's on a different position, and he is blown up where now you have to pay him whatever the price he demands because of the fact that he's now got a big platform on YouTube, and he can do these designs. And I can't afford Sketch and Sound now. He's too expensive. And so the point I'm trying to make is there's certain people that will be around you, but they're not your friends. They're not going to be around you because they're genuinely and sincerely there to be with you. They're just there for their own ulterior motives. You feel me? And the reality is with this whole COVID situation, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are realizing, because I've seen some of the comments and videos and such, that people that you're around aren't really your friends. I mean, yeah, we know that there are a lot of relationships ending in divorce. A lot of girlfriends and boyfriends and these type of relationships are ending as well. But I'm pretty sure that there's some people wondering, hey, what happened to this buddy or that buddy? And when you try to reach out, you don't really hear back from them and things like that. And the reality is, when I say I don't have friends, I mean I do have a couple buddies, right? But for the most part, when I got on my grind, a lot of people, when I first started YouTube, they didn't believe in this. Some people who have had known for years. Another story that I always mention is when I told a buddy of mine that I was YouTubing and I had 13,000 subscribers at the time, and he laughed and said, "Who's watching you?" that same buddy then a couple years later was trying to be all chummy. And these situations will happen where you have people who they're only your friend because of what you can do for them, or when they see that you're becoming successful, so they want to latch on to you. A real friend will carry you up and hold you down. One of the people that I always consider a good friend is cryptocurrency investor Ian Bellina, right? I've known Ian before he became even who he is now. And Ian had done certain things for me behind the scenes that I'll be forever grateful for, you know? For example, he was in Miami back in 2016, and he's like, yo, Solo, I want you to come out, you know? And at that time, I was, you know, money was kind of short because we already had gone to San Diego and Denver before, you know, earlier a couple months. And I was like, yo, man, I'm kind of tapped out right now financially. He's like, don't worry about it. I got you, man. You know? And so Ian really did me a solid. You know, he got me a plane ticket down there. And then, you know, I stayed with him in the hotel because he had a 2-bedroom hotel. Now, some people may say that's not a big deal, whatever. But it's the little things sometimes that friends really do. You feel me? So when I tell you guys the story about the guy that I was trying to pay to do something that he already does, but he didn't want to do it, it didn't make sense to me. And you have to realize that on the road to success, when you're chasing your dreams, there are going to be people that you thought were your friends or you think are your friends that are not. Those are going to be people that are going to laugh at you. They're going to be people that they're going to roll you. They're going to try to talk you out of what you're doing, right? And then the ironic part is those same people that were laughing at you or try to talk you out of it will be the same people then weeks later, months later, or even years later, they'll try to come around and be like, hey, bro, what's up? No, there is no hey, bro, what's up? You see, the reality is that if somebody's really your friend, I'm not saying they have to pay, you know, money to support your dream or anything, but a real friend will support your dreams. They will support your dreams. So I always find it hilarious when I get a random text message. Hey, man, I saw this random video, man, on YouTube. I didn't know you were YouTubing. And it's people that I hadn't talked to for 2 years, 5 years, or some people even for nearly 10 years. And then they want to try to act like that we're still cool. Like, we're not cool. We haven't talked for 2, 5 years, 10 years, and now you want to come around. Why? You know what I'm saying? And look, I understand that sometimes with friendships, you know, people get caught up being busy with family, or they're not in a position where you guys can communicate every day, weekly, or monthly, right? You may have a friend who's in the military or doing something where they're just not able to communicate. I understand that. But I find it hilarious when you have people trying to come around that you haven't dealt with for a while, and then all of a sudden they think that you guys are still cool. No, we're not cool. I'm always wary of people that suddenly pop up for no reason, because that means two things. Either they want something from me, or they want something from me. So this COVID situation, really, some of us are still going through the first lockdown. Some of us are going through quarantine again. Some of us still are in the original quarantine and lockdown. But be careful who you let in. Be careful of who you're giving your energy to, right? We always like to talk about not dealing with women that exhibit bad behavior or want to use you. But some of the people that use you the most and use a lot of you are your friends. And sometimes they're not your friends. So those are people you got to cut off and you got to keep it moving. On the road to success, sometimes relationships will change. And with this COVID situation, one of the things that I told myself is that I would be practicing delayed gratification. Shout out to Ramil Amir, because he really verbalized that in an excellent way at the beginning of this year. And I told myself, you know what? There's certain sacrifices that I'm going to make this year. And with COVID, when that happened, it's an amazing thing. And I don't mean COVID is amazing, right? I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like it's an amazing thing in the essence of where it helped with the delayed gratification. You don't see me at the bars or restaurants anymore. Or as Xander's Clutch likes to say, the club. I haven't been to a club in years, actually. But, with this COVID situation, really, it allowed me to focus and really zone in and focus on my priorities and my purpose. And I think this is very important, that a lot of people take this time to focus on their priorities, their purpose, and dreams. And when you have certain people that were just hanging on, you got to cut those people off. Anyway, let me know what you think about this video. Let me know what type of things you've been doing during this situation, people you had to cut off. It's your boy Solomon Jones, and I'm out. Peace.